Hi, I'm Kenny Anderson, Director of Multicultural Affairs for the City of Huntsville, and welcome to Impact. Each week we bring you information about exciting things that are happening in our community, and today will be no different. You know, those that know me best know that one of my favorite things to do is to read. And one of my favorite possessions is a library card that I actually have in my pocket today. I may just get real brash and show it off because I like showing off things of value. We're going to talk about a very important initiative that's taking place right here in this community that we know will gain a lot of traction and create a lot of excitement. And to talk about that today are two individuals that know more about it than I do, so I invited them to be a part of our discussion. Michelda Johnson is Director of Marketing for the Huntsville-Madison County Public Library. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Thank you for having me.
Please, Kenny, the formalities, that's the classroom, that's some other official kind of thing. Please call me Kenny.
Okay, Kenny, thank you.
Can I call you Michelda?
You absolutely can.
And sitting next to you is Kim Lewis. She's the campaign chair for this very exciting initiative that we're going to talk about. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you, Kenny.
It's good to have both of you today, and you can see I'm real excited because we're talking about one of my favorite things, and that's reading. And we're talking about the library, which is a staple in our community. And there are exciting things that are happening right here in our community about the library. Talk a little bit about what some people may know about and people are learning about, and what some people may not know about.
Well, Kenny, I'm so excited to talk about the library. Like you, I have my library card that I got from the Fountain Circle location. So been a long time patron of the library, and it's such an honor to work with them now in their capital campaigns and helping to build new libraries in our community. And so our new project that we are about to kick off is renovating and building a new library in North Huntsville. The Bessie K. Russell branch on Sparkman Drive has, occupied a 1,700 square foot trailer for the last 40 years. And so we are so excited about having this opportunity to move from this 1,700 square foot facility into a 25,000 square foot building donated by the city of Huntsville, and renovate that to accommodate and meet the varying needs of the citizens of the North Huntsville community.
You know, I could see this as really being meaningful at so many different levels, the demographics, the location, the history, the city partnership. Talk a little bit about why this is happening now and why this is a meaningful thing that is happening in our community.
Well, I think a lot of things have converged to cause this to happen. Number one, the city was gracious enough in their 2016 budget to donate $2 million to the Huntsville-Madison County Public Library for the purpose of building a new library for North Huntsville. Of the people who walk in and out of our door, we have over 2 million visitors a year to our library. We have such an expansion of programs. And so if you can imagine in a 1,700 square foot double wide trailer, there's such a limitation on what you can do in a community with over 34,000 citizens. We're not able to meet the capacity of the citizens that are there. And so this is just, oh man, it's such an excellent opportunity in what we're doing.
So 2 million visits.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, 2 million visits. Does that include the digital content as well? Or is that?
It does not.
Yeah, so you've got that many more people that are actually engaging
Yes.
the library for various reasons. And even though that's a virtual reality experience, it still involves certain types of aspects of what the library brings to the table. And Kim, I'm wondering, I know you're a very busy person and it's almost like, is there another project that I can take on at this time? So obviously you had some thinking to do about being the campaign chair on this after having been asked. What attracted you to this project?
When Michelda and the library contacted me about being the chair for this, I was truly excited about getting the opportunity to participate and help raise funds for the library.
Yeah, and it's really got to be exciting to kind of be a part of this process because I know you as the chair recognize that you're leading the process, but you're also being surrounded by a lot of energy and a lot of activity and a lot of excitement about this project because this is a very important thing. I mentioned just from the logistical dynamics, a new facility in the north part of town is an exciting thing to see. a facility with meaning and relevance, a library. I think that has so much importance. I think about growing up on the Lower East Side of Manhattan in public housing, and we didn't have a lot of things. We certainly didn't have a lot of money to be able to go a lot of places. But between my house and the school that I went to was a library. Yes. And I stopped at that library every single day and brought an armload of books home. I was the nerdish kid who for Christmas would ask for a World Almanac and Book of Facts. And I loved to read. And so I always say reading is in my DNA. And it's something that I recognize. I say things like readers are leaders and leaders are readers. And that one of the most important things that a person can learn how to do in life is to read. And yet you have people who, A, don't like to read, but then you also have a very high illiteracy rate, especially in this part of the country. And so these kinds of initiatives also speak to those larger social needs as well, don't they?
Absolutely, and a part of our goal in totality is to do what we can to eradicate illiteracy. We have other offshoots of that. We've got a Ready Reader van that goes into 67 Title I pre-K programs to make sure that those students are ready. Because what we find is that if kids aren't read to at home, then they are so behind when they hit, kindergarten and those levels. They are behind in their vocabulary, and then they've got this hard hurdle to overcome just to be on the same playing field. And so the library does a lot in helping to bridge that gap. Our summer reading program, a massive number. We have such great attendance in our summer reading programs. And so the things that we offer, the other thing I want to mention that's so important about the library at North Huntsville is that we have 5 computers there today. And those computers are maxed out at capacity. In fact, over 400 hours of usage in a month is how those computers are used. And it's people who don't have access to internet at home, who don't have computers at home. And so it's an economic empowerment and development component as well, because if I need to find a job, we know that today 99.9% of employers want you to apply online. And so I need to have access to that. And so we see just a huge amount. In fact, we have 12 locations in our library system in the Huntsville-Madison County area. The Bessie K. Russell location on Sparkman Drive that we're talking about has the 4th highest usage of computers.
Wow.
With only 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, see, that in itself tells a great story.
Yes.
And then every time I've been in that facility, it's been maxed out. I mean, every time you go in there, every computer is being used. Every bit of space, because there's a very little space, is being used in that facility. So I think it's being utilized to its capacity. So this expansion is something that's definitely got to take place.
So I've seen the rendering on this expansion, and I've practically leaped out of my seat.
It's gorgeous.
Yes.
It is absolutely beautiful. Just talk a little bit about what you know about the renderings and just some of the things that people can kind of look forward to.
Well, I think the library, I like to look at it as the living room of the community. If you think of it, the fireplace, the comfortable chairs, the soothing atmosphere, that's what the library does for the community. So not only are we looking to make sure we have a technology center and a community computer center, we're looking to add STEM classrooms. And for us, we say STEAM because we add the arts to that as well. And so we're looking to implement and renovate several rooms that will be used for STEM classrooms, STEAM classrooms. We're looking to have adult gardens and children's gardens so that there's an atmosphere that flows not only in the physical component of the building, but out to the exterior and in the environment as well. The other thing that is important is community meeting rooms. There's a lack of community meeting space in North Huntsville. And so this will serve that need in being a place where, if you need to have a church meeting, whether it's a business meeting, a community meeting, any type of a meeting, you can have that space available now to have a meeting. So it becomes the place. It becomes the living room of the community where people can connect and bridge the gap and their needs are met in some aspect or another, even if it's just picking up the latest paperback novel and expanding, your knowledge and information.
So I guess the next question would be, how would people get involved, and what kinds of involvement do you need as far as this project is concerned?
Well, you said the key word, and that's ownership. And that's what we want to happen. We want the community to have ownership for this project. And so the city of Huntsville, as I said, has given us $2 million. We are, and we'll soon have meetings with the county to see what their commitment to the project will be. Our total project cost is about $4.5 million to renovate the facility. And then after that, what we'll do is we're looking at probably about $1.5 million that we'll reach out to the community and say, will you help us? Will you help us meet the needs of these children who don't have a place necessarily to go during the summer for their summer reading programs? Will you help us have more computers where the citizens can get online and search for a job and take computer classes and increase their computer skills? Will you help us build STEAM classrooms and grow the technology and the science balance within our students? We are in the middle of about 10 public schools, so it's an opportunity to have a huge impact on our youth and on our children. And so what we're going to ask the community to do is make a pledge, help us, support us, write a check. You give me $1 million, it'll have your name on it. So I'd love to see the Kenny Anderson North Huntsville Library. Have no problem with that. But that's what we need. We need the community to step up, to be a part of the project, and to help us out.
Sure. So how can people get more information? Give them a phone number or a website or email address? How can people get more information?
They can reach me, mjohnson@hmcpl.org. They can go to our website, call the library, ask for Michelda, and I'd be more than happy to help them. They can go online and donate through our Huntsville Library Foundation page, but just reach out to me, mjohnson@hmcpl, Huntsville-Madison County Public Library.org.
All right, Michelda Johnson is Director of Marketing for the Huntsville Public Library. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
And Kim Lewis is chairing this great, ambitious, and exciting campaign that will no doubt end up in a lot of vibrancy in the community, and I'm very happy to see this happening. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for being a part of our conversation today, and we hope that you will respond to the call for support for this awesome institution in our community. And anytime a library rises, I think that community demonstrates its commitment to making a strong difference in the future of young people. And so I hope that you'll respond today. I hope that you'll like our Facebook page, which is Impact with Kenny Anderson. And I hope that you follow us from week to week as we share information about exciting things that are happening in our community. For Impact, I'm Kenny Anderson, and we'll talk again.